Have you ever, really noticed gecko droppings? Like when they leave those little marks behind on a wall, maybe, or sometimes the bathroom floor.
Hmm.
They always seem to have those two distinct colors, right? Black and white.
Yeah, that two-tone look. It's pretty characteristic.
Exactly. And it's one of those things, you probably see it all the time. Maybe you just clean it up. But do you ever stop and think, why like that? Why isn't it just one color, like, most other animal waste?
It is quite different, isn't it?
It's just weirdly specific. And once you actually notice it, you can't really ignore it.
Definitely. And honestly, that's exactly what we're going to dig into today.
Okay.
We've looked at some recent biological info, zoological stuff, and we're doing a deep dive into the science of gecko droppings. Because that seemingly everyday mystery, it actually has some fascinating reasons behind it.
So it's not just random.
Not at all.
Right.
It might seem a bit, well, gross, maybe to some, but it reveals some really clever biological adaptations. It's more than just waste disposal. It's about survival.
Hidden in plain sight. Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's unpack this then, this biological puzzle that's literally sometimes right there on our ceilings.
Let's do it.
So, okay, black and white, we see them together. What exactly are these two different parts? What's the black stuff? What's the white stuff?
Right. So it's actually quite straightforward when you break it down. The black part, that's pretty much what you guessed.
Okay.
It's the solid waste from their digestion, like
Right.
regular feces. Undigested food bits, basically, after they've pulled out all the nutrients.
Standard poop, essentially.
Exactly. But the white part, that's where it gets interesting. And it's key to understanding gecko biology and reptile biology in general, really.
Okay.
That white bit is mainly uric acid.
Uric acid.
Yeah. It's how geckos, and lots of other reptiles, and birds too, get rid of their urinary waste.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically their version of pee.
Huh. But it's solid.
Precisely. It's not liquid like mammal urine. It comes out as this sort of white paste or sometimes almost powdery.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really concentrated form of nitrogen waste, packaged up very efficiently.
Wow, okay. So black is undigested food, white is solidified urinary waste. That's already different from mammals.
Yeah.
But why together? That's the bit I find really fascinating. Why one single dropping? Not, two separate things.
Excellent question. And that leads us straight to a really key piece of anatomy they have. It's called the cloaca.
Cloaca. Heard that term before, maybe with birds.
Exactly. Birds have it too. Geckos, reptiles generally, amphibians, even some fish. They don't have separate exits for everything like mammals do.
So not one for pee, one for poop.
Nope, just the one. The cloaca is this single multi-purpose opening. It's where intestinal waste comes out, urinary waste comes out, and it's involved in reproduction too. Eggs or sperm pass through there as well.
Whoa, an all-in-one exit.
Pretty much. A
Yeah.
single vent for everything.
Yep.
So naturally, because there's only that one way out, their poop and their pee, the uric acid, they emerge together. It all gets combined right before it leaves the body.
Okay, structurally efficient, I guess. One hole instead of two or three.
Right. It simplifies their anatomy quite a bit.
But is that the only reason? It feels like there must be more to it, like an evolutionary advantage, especially for that solid P, the uric acid. Why did they evolve this combined system? What's the benefit?
Yes, absolutely. This isn't just some random anatomical quirk. It's a really brilliant adaptation, especially given where geckos often live. There are two huge advantages.
Okay, lay them on me.
The first one, and this is probably the biggest, is water conservation.
Water conservation. How does solid P help with that?
Well, think about it. They're not excreting liquid urine. That uric acid paste, or powder, is incredibly efficient at getting rid of waste without losing much water.
Right, because liquid urine means losing water from the body.
A lot of water, potentially,
Mm.
especially for a small animal. And geckos, you often find them on walls, ceilings, in dry places.
Yeah, not exactly swimming pools.
Exactly. Water might be scarce. So being able to get rid of waste while holding on to almost all their internal water, that's a massive survival advantage.
Makes total sense. If you live somewhere hot and dry, peeing out liquid all the time would dehydrate you fast.
Precisely. It's super useful for those kinds of environments. Every drop of water they save is critical. So excreting solid uric acid is just a brilliant strategy for them. Allows them to thrive where others might struggle.
Okay, water saving, that's a big one. What's the second advantage?
The second one is also about survival, but in a different way. Avoiding predators.
Predators. How does dry poop help with that? Seems less obvious.
Think about scent. Liquid urine, especially fresh stuff, can leave a really strong, lingering smell.
Like dogs marking territory, yeah.
Right. That scent is basically a signal broadcasting, "I was here," For real gecko, leaving a strong scent trail is like putting up a sign for anything that might want to eat it.
Oh, I see where you're going.
By excreting dry waste, there's much less moisture, which means fewer volatile organic compounds, the things that carry scent, evaporating into the air.
So less smell.
Much less smell. It makes it significantly harder for a predator relying on smell to track them down. It's a way of being stealthy, reducing their scent footprint.
Wow. So it's like chemical camouflage almost, keeping a low profile.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It gives them a crucial survival edge. Stay hidden, stay alive.
That's actually amazing. Water saving and predator avoidance all wrapped up in that little two-tone dropping. Nature is clever.
Isn't it just? It shows how tightly adapted these creatures are.
So this whole system, the cloaca, the uric acid, it works really well for them. Is it just geckos doing this? Or you mentioned birds earlier.
Yeah, geckos are definitely not alone here. Like I said, birds are a perfect example. If you look closely at bird droppings,
Which I try not to do too often.
fair enough. But if you did, you'd see the same thing. Distinct dark and white parts.
Really? Same exact reason.
Same exact process. Birds also have a cloaca. They also excrete uric acid. It helps them conserve water, too, which is really important for flight, keeping their bodies light, managing energy.
Huh. So it's a shared strategy between reptiles and birds.
It is a great example of convergent evolution, you could say. Different groups, similar solution to similar problems. And then you contrast that with us, mammals, dogs, cats, humans.
We definitely have separate systems.
Completely separate plumbing, yes. Liquid urine, solid feces, different exits. We need to drink a lot more water to compensate for what we lose through urine. Different evolutionary path, different trade-offs.
That comparison really highlights how specialized the gecko system is. And, you mentioned seeing this in everyday life. Apart from just noticing the colors, can we learn anything else from gecko poop?
You actually can, in a small way. It gives tiny insights. For example, if you keep finding quite a bit of gecko poop, especially with noticeable white parts, in one specific spot in your house.
Like behind a curtain or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That could suggest a gecko really likes that spot as maybe a regular hangout for it. The amount of uric acid can kind of hint at how much time it's spending there, how much it's eating and processing.
So you can track your tiny roommate's favorite spots.
Pretty much. And it is a side note, culturally it's interesting too. In some places, gecko droppings are seen as signs or omens. Getting pooped on might mean good luck or bad luck, depending on the local beliefs.
Okay, so there's folklore around it too. That's kind of funny.
It is. But, scientifically, as we've talked about.
It's just biology, clever biology.
Exactly. Just fascinating biology in action. A little window into their world.
So, wow. We started with a simple observation, black and white gecko droppings, and we've ended up talking about anatomy like the cloaca, serious water conservation, and even sneaky predator avoidance.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Who knew such a, let's be honest, mundane little thing could tell such a cool story about survival?
That's what I find so fascinating about biology. These small details, things we barely notice, often reveal these incredible evolutionary stories and connections. Birds do the same thing. It just shows there's always more to learn, even in the most common sites.
Makes you want to look closer at everything.
Hopefully. It encourages that curiosity, asking why.
Definitely. So next time you spot those little black and white marks, maybe on your wall, maybe somewhere else, you'll know the surprisingly complex story behind them. Makes you wonder, what other everyday things right in your own home have these hidden scientific wonders just waiting for a deep dive?
Keep looking. You never know what you'll find.
Keep those eyes open and stay curious.